Welcome everybody to another episode of the news, another breakdown of the news with the Cryptoverse DAO. Thank you so much for being a part of this. As you're used to by now, I am going to tell you to subscribe to the YouTube, hit a like, drop a like on this video if you enjoy it. If you don't, leave us a comment, let us know what we can improve. With all of that said, I'm just going to, get right into it. We want to take a look at a spread of the news right now. And we've picked out a couple of articles to kind of, keep you guys informed, keep you guys on top of things. Last time we talked about NFT NYC. That's kind of like the biggest thing that's happening right now. It's the 22nd of June. I'm not sure when you're catching this video. If you're catching it live on Discord, you can join our community and be a part of this, these kinds of live sessions. There's links in the description below. There's a link tree. Engage with us, however, in whatever form you feel comfortable. If you enjoy reading articles, we got a Medium. If you want to just, stay up to date and like talk to people, get on, hit us up on Twitter. Join the Discord, whatever, man. We got a Clubhouse, we got a website, we got everything. So just, pick and choose how you want to engage and engage that way. But right now, literally, NFT NYC is the talk of the town. That and I'd say, that YouTuber Philion's video on the Bored Ape Yacht Club, allegations of like racist imagery and rider rips and that whole thing. Well, we'll get into everything, man. We'll get into everything. First article I wanted to go through. There was apparently a Snoop Dogg impersonator that was walking around NFT NYC. If you're not aware, NFT NYC, it's like the 4th year running now. They're basically it's a expo for NFT technology. It's a place where industry leaders, innovators, startups gather. We saw on Twitter, I met Frank, the D-Gods guy, Frank 33.3%. This dude, it was like a trending thing. Everyone was like, I met Frank and he's such a cool guy. I met Frank. That was trending on Twitter. And it's nice. It's really nice to see because this is like a IRL community type of, I wouldn't say it's a use case for NFT technology, but what it shows is that mass adoption is real, that it's happening, and it's here to stay. There's so many interesting projects doing so many interesting things at NFT NYC. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but do check it out. Get on their website. Take a look at the satellite events. If you're in the city, go. Just it's worth it. It's worth it. It's just, plug into the community, meet some interesting people, learn something, connect with some projects you didn't think you'd connect with. And, it's the DeFi life is a beautiful thing, man. You just like roll into all kinds of partnerships and projects and things that you never thought you would be involved in. And, these things grow and become something magnificent, hopefully. But yeah, it's Doop Snogg. This is the real story. This week. Doop Snogg, the impersonator, was apparently hired to drum up excitement at NFT NYC. It was this dude, man. Oh, fucking hell, look at this. I'm at the NFT NYC conference again in Times Square, and Snoop walked by, flanked by security. I grabbed his handler, said I'm a reporter, would love a few minutes. The guy said, actually, that's an impersonator. Legally, I can't say it's him. Fucking hell. For legal reasons, that's not Snoop Dogg. But look at this dude, man. Literally. He's got a name tag that says Doop Snogg. That's wild. That's wild. It reminds me of that Poot Lovato meme that was going around a while ago. This dude looks exactly like Snoop, though. He looks a little... I think Snoop's a bit skinnier. His hands don't look like Snoop's hands, but that's like wild. So, while Snoop Dogg was there, no, Doop Snogg, excuse me, I shouldn't mislabel this man. This dude literally was there to drum up excitement. The dude that tweeted about it, Kevin Collier, he says the experience feels like a metaphor, hinting at the copyright issues that are currently surrounding NFTs. Twitter user Regis Cake shared a photo of the fake Snoop Dogg, again, with the VIP name tag Doop Snogg. Not everyone was happy about it. So a Redditor criticized the move. He pointed out that NFTs already have fake art and fake hype and a fake Snoop. I mean, that's something you do see. I wouldn't say fake art per se. I would say there are a lot of NFT projects where, whose art is really secondary, or not even secondary. It's like freaking tertiary to whatever the true sort of focus area of importance is, which is usually pumping the bag and just, people treat this space. I saw this on Twitter. People treat this space like a casino when it should be like a beautiful blank canvas for artistic expression and human creative freedom. NFT technology in that regard, not just the ugly pictures of 2D apes and like a billion derivatives, or like a pixelated CryptoPunk and then a billion derivatives of that. People kind of lose sight of the scope of what this technology can accomplish. And yeah, this Redditor effectively hit on that exact point. He said, fake art, fake hype. It's artificial, I think is what he's trying to say. It doesn't hold water. It's not real. It's like a hollow, artificial container with no substance. It's not substantial, is what he's saying. And so is this Doop Snogg. Everything is on brand so far, is what he says. Another Redditor was also, he expressed similar sentiment, dissatisfaction. He pointed out that NFTs, a technology created to protect authenticity, are currently being marketed with a fake version of a person. I mean, I don't think it's that deep, bro. I mean, if this Doop Snogg is, I don't know what he stands to gain from this. Probably a little bit of notoriety. But if he's specifically there to drum up excitement, he was hired, right? He was hired. That is a little bit, But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. As long as they're not telling people that's Snoop Dogg. Like the guy said, legally, like for legal reasons, that's not Snoop. That's Doop. That's Doop Snogg. But yeah, being marketed with a fake version, a digital representation of a person. In April, Snoop Dogg was noted as a strategic investor in a funding round for MoonPay, an on and off ramp provider, along with industry VIPs, quote unquote. All these celebrities, basically. MoonPay literally was, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Fallon was talking about freaking MoonPay, man. Like, there's so many celebrities in the space, and that ties into all that Bored Ape Yacht Club stuff, because that's like one of the aspects that they were touching on. This whole just the idea that these, like, what NFTs have evolved, what NFTs have mutated into right now, like the NFT space, what it's turned into, has owed, it owes a lot of its success in large part, to be honest, to the fact that it's been propped up by celebrities who generally, it's a bit of a trope, but generally most of them are celebrities because they're quite, how do I put this? Like, they value notoriety and fame, and yeah, I'd say notoriety and kind of like a bag more than they value the sort of value of their name, if that makes sense. Like, they're willing to, a celebrity would, that there's that age-old tale of like, I sell my soul to get fame and fortune, right? It's that type of thing. People would, in that video, like, there was, but whatever. I mean, you go check it out in your own time. We covered it during a open discussion on the Discord as well. So if you want to be a part of these, because there's a lot that happens in the world, and if you want to talk about things really candidly and openly, a YouTube video is not the place to find that information, and a YouTube comment section is not really the place to put that information down, because there is censorship to a degree. But join us on Discord. You don't need to worry about that. You can literally come in, speak your mind, have your opinions heard by people that are focused on the right things in the DeFi space, like education, mass adoption, not quick money and greed and stuff like that. Like, obviously we teach you, we empower you to make money. We've called several, if you take a look at the last couple of technicals episodes that Simon has done, there's literally like so many times he's predicted moves on Bitcoin and stuff like that. So we can empower you, and we teach you, obviously. There's like trading guides, and whether it's Forex pairs or crypto, like we can teach you how to make money. But that's more in line with empowering you to be, holistically, to be the fullest of your potential within the Web3 space. That's really the overarching goal, right? And with that said, yeah, do join the Discord, because it's like-minded people. If that's you, join. If that's not you, don't join. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. Just join. Absolutely join. Because who knows? We might be able to bring you around, and show you that what's important is not a quick bag, is not a how much can I flip this NFT for. It's what is the underlying technology. Like, yeah, flip your NFT, do your thing, but understand what it is you're flipping first. Because who knows? You might think up something that you could be doing within the space that you're not doing, that no one else is doing. And that could be how you achieve legacy and true greatness, and money, obviously, as well, but sort of loftier ambitions like that. But again, tangential. Basically, NFT NYC, big, huge, enormous event in New York. Talk of the town right now, talk of the crypto world. And there was a Doop Snogg. There was Doop Snogg at the event. Is what happened. Now, with that said, let's talk about, I mentioned it a bunch of times. Let's take a look at the Cointelegraph coverage of the Bored Ape Yacht Club's alleged racist imagery. A new video examined the alleged racist and white supremacist symbols hidden in plain sight by Yuga Labs in its most popular NFT collection. The investigative YouTuber Philip Rusnak, he's kind of like CoffeeZilla. It's a channel called Philion. This long-haired dude who talks about, he does videos on like, oh, look at the cult of Jared Leto, look at the devil of photography. It's John Richardson, or whatever his name is. Yeah, Richardson. That's him. He basically does like in-depth exposés on. I believe that this dude is like, the morality seems to be in the right place, man, and he's very ardent on pushing, exposing shadiness. Basically, he's like a man of the people. He's like, let me expose the shadiness here. So this dude did a really long video, really in-depth video, basically breaking down. You can see it here. This right here, it's the Totenkopf. This is a Nazi death squad symbol. And apparently this was like, with the overlay, it's exactly the same. There's like 18 teeth in the ape, and it's like SSBAYC, SSSS, and like this. Huge kind of, one of the points that was made in the video was that there's a huge learning curve involved in understanding the severity of this sort of representation of fundamentalist ideologies, not fundamentalist ideologies, racist ideologies, in a massive globally recognized NFT project. It's it's a big learning curve, because you need to understand, most people don't know what 4chan is, let alone understanding 4chan culture, which is what spurred this type of thing, right? Which is what spurred it. But this dude does a pretty good job of explaining it. So if you wanted to kind of hear his side of the story and the facts as they're the allegations, I should say, because nothing's really confirmed yet, go check it out, because if you're plugged into the space, it's like there's several levels at which you can engage with that video. You can learn something about the way the internet works, the way internet culture works. And this Ryder Rips guy, he's like a very, very interesting guy. He basically created like a copy of the Bored Apes, basically, to rip them down from the #1 spot on OpenSea. He created, so it's BAYC, BAYC. He created RR, like Ryder Rips Bored Ape Yacht Club. And they hit #1, they got delisted. They hit #1, got delisted. It happened like 4 times. But basically, what had happened was, it was a video on Monday. Philion lays out his case, claiming the BAYC is, quote-unquote, one massive alt-right inside joke, using language, symbols, and memes from 4chan. And, like, to be honest, it's very, like, a very well-presented, well-put-together video. There are times where he seems like he's rambling, seems like he's reaching, but he never seems to base his arguments on any of those rambling, reaching type points. He doesn't really base argumentations on them. He just uses them as supporting factors from what I could see, from what I remember. And my memory is pretty okay, so I would say, yeah, go check out the video because it's quite interesting. He alleges that the NFT images featured racist caricatures of Black and Asian people, and drew comparisons between the symbology and language used by Yuga Labs and BAYC with that used by the Nazis. Again, the Nazi Totenkopf symbol used by the Panzer Division of the SS in World War II. Pretty much, direct. And one of the points he made was about the fact that it's not a perfect circle, which, it's a very intentional thing to have a kind of rugged circular outline when you're creating a logo. That's like a measured, like, intentional thing that you would do. It's not like an accident type thing. At the end of the video, Rusnak makes a call to action. He asks his viewers to pressure BAYC NFT owners to burn their token. Burning is basically, it's a process wherein the NFT is sent to an unusable and unrecoverable wallet address. It's like, it basically like deleting an NFT type thing, because it's unrecoverable. It's like, it's gone, it's burned. He says, I want every celebrity, actor, athlete, and influencer to burn their ape. I want to make such a shitstorm that everyone from Steph Curry to Post Malone to Jimmy Fallon is forced to act. And it's weird. No one is talking about this. And literally, it's so interesting. The fact that no one has said a damn word about anything. I think one guy said something in the general chat in BAYC and he got, like, banned is what happened. But on Twitter as well, like, you don't really see, like, you see the polarizing opinions within the community, and a lot of people who engage with Ryder Rips's Twitter account do make their case heard, but the official Bored Ape Yacht Club team and the core kind of community haven't said a damn thing. They haven't said anything about anything. They haven't acknowledged anything. They haven't addressed anything. And I think it's because it goes so far. The video covered how they were kind of a part of their growth strategy involved, allegedly, involved getting celebrities to defraud consumers, because celebrities would be given these apes and they would tell people that they purchased them, which in like most consumer law, I would assume, at least with YouTube shills and stuff like that, you have to disclose. If it's a promotion, you have to disclose that the video is sponsored by this entity or the other. If it's an ad, you don't say, hi, I'm a real person and this is a real thing that happened to me. Like, I mean, I suppose people hire actors to do that, but these are public entities with a lot of trust and a lot of public faith that they've built up over the course of their careers. And it's a question of, was that an abuse of influence? Was that an abuse of influence? And if it was an abuse of influence, did that abuse, does the blame for that abuse, does the culpability for it lie with the celebrities themselves, or with the growth strategy, or with the space as a whole, with the world that we live in, where everyone is just colluding to friggin', like, it's just a madness. The claims of racist symbology within the collection have been a hot topic on social media this year, but really hit the spotlight when artist Ryder Rips, interesting guy, published a compilation of what he claims is evidence of Nazi imagery and anti-Semitism in early 2022. Rips bought the domain GordonGoner.com. It's been around for a while, to be fair. The same pseudonymous moniker adopted by Yuga Labs co-founder Wiley Aronow, to host a website that details numerous examples of the esoteric symbolism. The video details information acquired by Rusnak, by Philion, the YouTuber, and the research conducted by Rips himself. Philion in the video says that there is a quote-unquote a point at which these similarities are no longer coincidences. That's your tipping point, is what he calls it. He says, I'm going to show you so much evidence. You tell me where your tipping point is. You tell me where the point is, what point it is at which you turn away from, okay, this is some bullshit, this is coincidence, to yeah, okay, you know what, to be fair, that's kind of all right, cool, like that point. He says, if I bring up one instance that highlights deliberate Nazi, fascist, or alt-right messaging, you might think, I see that, but it's a reach. So I ask you, what is your number? At what point do all of these examples become crystal clear in front of your eyes? Now, without directly citing the controversy, Yuga Labs responded to some of the claims. Okay, sweet. Tweeting in January, so this was early in the year when, before this whole this blown up expose. Well, I shouldn't say blown up expose. Before this expose kind of blew up into the space, they did say there was kind of discussion. There was rhetoric around whether or not the imagery is racist or not. So in January, they tweeted that the apes were used by many in the crypto space to refer to themselves. You ape in. And in the video itself, we saw that the kind of spokesperson, the spokesperson for the team, who discusses all of it, and she's like, we ape in and we this and we that, and it's a whole thing, man. You should watch that video. They likely reference the crypto slang term ape in, used to denote when someone invests heavily into cryptocurrencies or projects with little prior research. And the name, because the Yuga thing, they were like, oh, it's Kali Yuga, which is like the in Hindu kind of philosophy, it's like an age of darkness. It's an epoch of chaos and fear and greed and darkness, and in internet culture, there's this joke about surfing the Kali Yuga. It's like everything's falling apart. This is very, very much a through line in humor, in modern humor, especially Gen Z humor. It's just Gen Z humor is just really surrealist. It's weirdly surreal. You'll see like a picture of a grasshopper as just the word Harold, and it's the funniest shit in the world. But then also, with millennial meme culture, or whatever you want to call it, just internet humor, the through line is one of everything is going to shit. There's nothing I can do about it. So this is fine. Whatever. Everyone jokes about their mental illness. Everybody jokes about the dark shit that happened to them. Everybody jokes about their trauma. Everybody jokes about the current state of the world in terms of geopolitical kind of situation, like political unrest. It's all a joke. The darkest, deepest, most serious things are a joke, because the world is a joke. So in line with that, the joke is you surf the Kali Yuga, bro. It's all good, bro. It's a wave, man. Like, it's a vibe. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so that was another, to get back to the point, the Yuga thing, people were saying, Kali Yuga, that's tied to 4chan as well. Where'd the name come from? And this is what Yuga Labs says. It's apparently a Zelda villain, whose ability is that he can turn himself and others into 2D art. Made sense. That was a good, whoever came up with this probably, well, I shouldn't let my opinions on it kind of come in. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this is legitimate? Do you think this is fake? Do you think there might be a sliver of truth to it, but it's kind of blown out of proportion? Do you think that it is absolute truth and people should be blowing it more out of proportion? What do you think? Do you think the reaction has been justified so far? Do you think there should be more? Do you think there should be less? Let us know what your opinions are, and join the Discord so we can, chat about it, and kind of just like break it down, live. Yeah. And do watch that video, because it's very, very interesting. So he says, Yuga Labs, we're nerds. Yuga is the name of a villain. What was the inspiration behind the BAYC? Now, the kind of counterpoint that Philion gave was that, if you're a nerd and you're gonna name something after like a Zelda villain, why not Like, why not Ganondorf, bro? Like, Ganon Labs? That sounds so cool. I would have gone with Ganon Labs. That works. Because that's like the overarching baddie, right? That's like the big bad evil villain. Yuga is like a sub-boss within a hidden dungeon in a 3DS game that was like a spin-off to something. It was like a whole fucking thing, man. What was the inspiration behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club? Long history of people affectionately, aping in. Became extremely bored. Yeah, all right. There's the whole like question answer thing from Yuga Labs. Addressing the BAYC logo, they said the purpose was to make the club look quote unquote ramshackle and divey. On why they chose a skull. We went with an ape skull to convey just how bored they are. They're bored to death. That seems like a stretch, man. All right. Mark Pitkovaj, I suppose. A senior research fellow at the Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism, often cited as an extremism expert, he said in February that he saw no correlation between the logo and the Totenkopf. Interesting. So this is what he said, an expert on extremism. Let's find it. That monkey NFT should be looking like some sample racist shit. That's Freddie Gibbs, bro. No way. That's funny. He's pretty flagrant, bro. He's funny. He's a funny guy. So he says the Nazi Totenkopf is one very specific graphic design of the skull and crossbones, and the monkey skull resembles it in no way, except insofar as all skulls resemble each other to a certain degree. Okay, but what about the layout, dude? Like, what about the rugged circular edge? What about the curved top text and bottom text in like that circular pattern? Why is this text not following that same circular pattern? Why is this horizontal? Two letters. Why? I don't know about that, dude. But I mean, he's cited as an expert, so I suppose, I mean, I'm no expert, so maybe you shouldn't be trusting my word. You should always defer to experience, in any space. Nazis were not the first to adopt the Totenkopf. Okay, interesting. When I first read his blog post, I actually had to look that reference up, and I've been studying white supremacy for 27 years. Mate, you don't sound like a very good extremism expert, bro. Like what? But all right. That's whatever, man. He did agree that the traits and attributes of some of the NFTs were problematic, such as the quote-unquote hip-hop trait, with a gold chain, and the sushi chef headband, being stereotypes of black culture and a Japanese person. Very interesting stuff, man. Very interesting stuff. Let's move away from the Bored Ape stuff, because we've covered it pretty in depth before, and let's talk about China and what they're doing. What have they banned today? Today they banned crypto and NFT related accounts on WeChat. WeChat is one of the biggest kind of messaging services in China. They don't really use WhatsApp and Instagram and all these, Western apps, as far as I'm aware. The policy also covers secondary NFT trading. As the firm notes, accounts that provide services or content related to the secondary transaction of digital collections shall also be dealt with. Oof, that sounds ominous. So digital assets in general, or is it just NFTs? The top social media platform in China, WeChat, has updated its policies to ban accounts that provide access to crypto or NFT-related services. Accounts involved with the issuance, trading, and financing of crypto and NFTs will be restricted or banned and will fall under, illegal business. Yikes. All right. The policy also covers secondary NFT trading. Accounts that provide, will be dealt with, again, in accordance with this article. Let's take a look. So, more than 1.1 billion daily active users. Here's the updated rules. Transaction behavior of virtual currency and digital collections. Issuance, okay, cool. Providing transaction entry, guidance, issuance channel guidance, including but not limited to the following types. So you can't support or have a hand in digital asset trading, crypto, like on like blockchain digital asset trading, in any form, or boom, you're your communication is cut off, your account is cut off. And WeChat in China, it's kind of like someone taking away your WhatsApp or your whatever, the main social media that you use to communicate with people. It's like someone taking Discord away from like a crypto dude, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna lose your mind. Someone says we deserve so much more pain. I don't know what that's about. Is that an NFT NYC? Oh, goodness gracious. That's fun. That's funny. In terms of punishments, they say dealt with. What does that mean? He says, once such violations are discovered, we will, according to the severity of the violations, order the violating official accounts to rectify within a time limit and restrict functions of the account until the permanent account is banned. Okay, so all right, cool. They rolled out a phased ban on the local crypto sector between May and September last year. Still a regulatory gray area in the country concerning NFTs. The assets can still be purchased in fiat, but the companies and platforms within China generally bar secondary trading to avoid compliance issues over the financialization of tech. The financialization of NFT technology. In general, officials in China have frowned upon NFTs. With the China Banking Association, the China Internet Finance Association, and the Securities Association of China issuing a joint statement in April warning the public about quote-unquote hidden risks of investing in these assets. Popular platforms such as WeChat and Ant group-owned Whale Talk have been distancing themselves from the technology since March, after they both reportedly began removing or restricting. What do you think about this? What does this mean for the world? Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? China is bearish on NFTs in general. Is this, what does it mean for mass adoption? Do you think it's a barrier, or do you think it might be the opposite of that? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And we'll get into the live discussion in just a minute on Discord. And this was the last article. NFTs backed by real-world collectibles. Just because I think it's an interesting kind of ideation to think about the barrier between the physical world and, NFT technology. Because NFTs are literally, they're just so far generally digital representations of a thing, right? It's not really a physical asset itself. I mean, sure, it could be a digital representation of the thing that gives you ownership of the physical asset, right? So like with Copernic Space, satellites are assets, but it's the ownership that is the NFT, not the satellite itself. The satellite data, sure. Digital assets, sure. But physical assets themselves are, there's that barrier has still not been broken down. It will be eventually. I think maybe that's what Vitalik is trying to do with all this human DAO stuff. But, it's just an interesting kind of corridor to let your mind just like go wild down. So I saw real world collectibles and NFTs. I was like, boy, yeah, we're breaking this one down. So you figured out your style in the real world. How do you translate this into the metaverse? The answer, Phygital, which whoever came up with that needs to be shot, because that is a terrible name. It sounds awful. Jesus Christ, Phygital? Fucking hell. But whatever. Why don't you just right click and download it? When it comes to NFTs, bemused skeptics are often confused as to how virtual pieces of artwork can be worth millions of dollars. I was playing basketball and I had a little chat with a couple of friends of mine about if the Mona Lisa was minted as an NFT, and it was just like a whole freaking like conversation about ownership, what it means, who it is that authorizes you to own something, and what blockchain technology means, what the word trustless in blockchain really means, Now, of course, this criticism usually misses the point. You may take a photo of the Mona Lisa inside the Louvre, there it is, but it just isn't the same. Now, a new community-owned marketplace is taking on the naysayers by offering non-fungible tokens that aren't just digital goods. That is actually so trippy, man, that it says that they're literally talking about the Mona Lisa. Wild. Club Rare. They say each of the NFTs in its collection represents ownership of a real-world authenticated collectible. again, represents ownership, right? And they can be brought to life in the metaverse. The project points to industry experts who have predicted that the crossroads between physical and digital worlds is where the crypto industry, especially the metaverses, are headed next. And it's formed an official partnership with the Sandbox to ensure that Club Rare collectors can make full use of their NFTs in an immersive way. Both platforms going to work together to create beautiful limited edition projects, with storefront for Club Rare making its debut. So let's talk about Phygital. What is Phygital? So the way it works is real world merchandise is bought, right? And from there, all purchases are replicated in NFT form. Okay, so it's not really minting physical objects, to be fair. It's again a digital representation of a physical asset. It's like buying a beautiful new t-shirt and then you get a virtual t-shirt as well. An exclusive collection of NFTs known as the Lazy Leo Club has also launched, which delivers special powers and abilities, and about 10,000 exist. There's a governance token that's been established to ensure community members can steer the future of the metaverse's development and NFT trading, basically acting as like a DAO or like a think tank. So the community kind of guides where the company goes. Really interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. This ties into yeah, very cool. Making a splash. The Club Rare team are platinum sponsors of the NFT NYC conference in New York as well. Flagship gathering for the community, as we've covered just a little while ago during this news breakdown. During the event from 2 days ago up until tomorrow, the project's promising to reveal a huge brand partnership and host an exclusive auction. Invite-only event tomorrow. The Copernic Space Satellite event is happening tomorrow too. The day that it wraps up, that'll feature insights from established and rising voices in Web3, passionate individuals with a wealth of experience across metaverses and e-commerce. They're going to launch in closed alpha in Q4 of this year. And it'll be making an appearance at NFT NYC's sister event in London, as will I. Boy, let's go. Plus, between 2023 and 2025, the team's focus will evolve into a fully decentralized ecosystem where the community calls the shots. Beautiful. So yeah, apart from the terrible name Phygital, it's an interesting kind of system, right? It's an interesting system, and this is literally there's plenty of projects out there, man. You look up Satoshi Island. Literally, it's the same thing. Land ownership represented as NFTs. Very cool. These are the types of use cases. These are the types of utilities, pioneering utilities, that are going to push and continue to push this space forward. So with all of that said, guys, thank you. For being a part of this. We've come to the end of the episode now. Like, comment, subscribe as per usual. But yeah, do genuinely join that. Genuinely join. You know what? Be disingenuous when you join. I don't care. Just join the Discord. It's all good. Follow us on Twitter. Check out the Medium. Follow, whatever you do on Medium. I don't know if you follow or subscribe, whatever it is. Just press the button, man. I've been your host, Dharma. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Like I said, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Yeah, and a big goodbye, big love from the Cryptoverse DAO. Ciao.